Kylo Ren, son of Han Solo and Leia Organa, and grandson to the Chosen One, Anakin Skywalker. I believe Kylo Ren to be the most important character of this new trilogy. We got a great introduction to his troubled character in The Force Awakens, and I think it's only uphill from here. I think his destiny will come to a head in The Last Jedi, and come full circle with his ancestry in Episode IX. But before I go into my predictions, let's look at what he's done up to this point. Born Ben Solo, nephew of powerful Jedi Master Luke Skywalker and grandson to the Chosen One, Anakin Skywalker, Kylo had quite the family name to live up to. Training with his uncle, he was later tempted to the dark side by Supreme Leader Snoke. He betrayed his fellow Jedi and turned to the dark side, causing Luke to flee in despair. As Kylo Ren, he would channel his hate and anger to become an even more powerful Force wielder. Although at the mercy of the dark side, Kylo still feels a pull to the light. His conflicting balance is what intrigued Snoke to take him in the first place. Up to this point, he has been juggling both the light and the dark just like his grandfather before him. His crude lightsaber design is symbolic of his unstable character and inability to devote himself to a certain side of the Force. In The Force Awakens, Kylo is seen to be incredibly gifted in his Force abilities. He can intrude people's minds, causing them to surrender information at his will. He also appears to be strong in freezing objects in place, a powerful form of Force manipulation. He demonstrates this by freezing a laser in mid-air, as well as holding Rey in place. With his family lineage, I think Kylo has a lot more to offer. One possibility is the use of Force lightning, or possibly something entirely new to fit this new trilogy. In terms of lightsaber combat, Kylo has the basic skills he learned from Luke, but lacks formal training and experience. We have to assume that his duel with Rey in The Force Awakens was his first duel since training with Luke. At the end of Episode VII, Kylo has been beaten by Rey and is severely wounded. He has also just killed his father, an act that not only fueled his hatred, but also left him emotionally devastated. In the novelization of the film, Snoke tells Rey to kill Kylo through the Force, showing us his true intentions. His unfaithful master is one of many points that illustrates my prediction. Snoke previously asked Kylo to bring Rey to him. She is an individual of great interest to him due to her strength in the Force. Perhaps he believes her to be greater than Kylo, but he too hasn't reached his full potential. Telling Rey to kill Kylo proves that he is using Kylo as a device to further his plans, and is ready to discard him at any moment. Upon this inevitable betrayal, Kylo would be fueled by hatred, wanting to lash out against his former master. Another one of Kylo's motivations has been looking for his uncle Luke Skywalker. In The Force Awakens, he never states that he wants to kill Luke, rather he wishes to find him. This is most likely due to his connections with Darth Vader, Kylo's greatest inspiration. Luke was present during Vader's final moments, and Kylo is eager to know about that time. This thirst for knowledge will make him go to great lengths to find Luke and confront him about his grandfather. Next, let's look at the probable conflict towards the end of The Last Jedi. Knowing the structure of a Star Wars movie and fan demand, an epic duel is inevitable between Kylo and Rey, one which I believe Kylo will win with his new training. She would be sporting a new double-bladed lightsaber, but it would be no match for Kylo's new Force abilities. Luke never knew how to counter Force lightning, and he may not, to this day. Two things will resolve this duel. Either Luke coming to Rey's rescue, and or Snoke pulling Kylo back. In this instant, Rey would feel like she is being babied by her untrusting mentor, and Kylo would feel like Snoke is shorting his successes. This is because Snoke wants Rey alive for his own machinations. In acts of rebellion, Rey would defy Luke's wishes and go to confront Kylo and Snoke by herself in hopes of getting the better of them this time. She would arrive to find Snoke alone waiting for her. Kylo would have defied Snoke to find Luke and finish the job. Upon arriving at her destination, Rey would fall into Snoke's trap. He finally would have the weapon he dreamed of, leading to her conversion to the dark side in Episode IX. Meanwhile, Kylo would find Luke without Rey. Enraged that his prey is missing, Kylo would ignite his crossguard lightsaber wanting answers, but Luke would not flinch. After giving up on Rey, Kylo's true intentions would surface. Holding his lightsaber at Luke's throat, Kylo would beg for his uncle to tell him about Vader. In an emotional climax of the film, Luke would tell Kylo that Anakin Skywalker was a great man who brought balance to the Force and defeated the Empire. Understanding that his grandfather struggled between the darkness and the light like himself, he would understand the monster he really is. Horrified of the understanding that he killed his father, now Ben Solo would break down in his uncle's arms, who would usher him back inside. After settling down, Ben would think he should be punished for his crimes against his family, particularly the murder of his father and the eradication of Luke's school. Luke, however, would disagree with his troubled nephew. Instead of punishing him further, he would simply state that we have all done terrible things and that we have to live with those decisions. But nonetheless, a battle would still need to be fought. Snoke would still be at large with a vulnerable Rey at his disposal. In the epic conclusion to the trilogy, Luke and Ben would leave to confront the dark-side warriors. Ben, understanding his sins, would refuse to commit to the Jedi way, but instead use his anger and hatred for good. The first true Grey Jedi would emerge in the films in this final fight. Ben now using Anakin's lightsaber to honor his grandfather and possibly also using his crossguard in a Jarkai fashion. He wouldn't be hindered by the light's limitations, allowing him to use the full extent of his Force abilities, but in a matter of good. Together, him and his uncle would dispel the dark-side Rey and finish off Snoke once and for all. After the duel is over, they would return to the Resistance base. Upon returning, the Resistance fighters would raise arms against Ben, but Luke would assure them that it was alright. Together, Luke would finish Ben's training and they would usher in the next generation of light-wielding Force users. Thank you guys so much for watching this Kylo Ren video essay kind of thing I did. I really enjoyed making it. This was something I'm super passionate about. I love Kylo Ren, you can tell by my shirt. And there's a lot of stuff I want to do kind of like this style with just like a voiceover or something informative that's like that has my opinion and viewed like embedded into it, but also is like really fun, and like we get to talk about Star Wars or anything else. I can talk about Halo or freaking Xbox or Destiny, or like any kind of broad video game topic, media, movie topic that you guys want me to talk about. Let me know in the comments and I'll just continue cranking out more of these. I don't know, there's Star Wars is pretty big, so I might be able to find a couple more to do in there, but just this type of video is what I like to do, and there's going to be more of this as well as a bunch of other stuff hitting the channel whenever I get the time. I'm really busy, and so I'm just trying to crank these out as I can. So but I hope you guys enjoyed this type of video. If you did, don't forget to drop a like, and don't forget to subscribe down below for more of these videos. As soon as they come out, you can get that notification and just hop right on that train. So anyways guys, it's me, Daniel, Phoenix, San Pedro. Don't forget to find yourself, be yourself, and love yourself.